G'day. In this video I want to take you to an old ghost town called Gwalia, which is just near Leonora, about 200 kilometres north of Kalgoorlie. It's fantastic, it's well worth seeing. What happened was in 1963, the gold mine closed and everybody said, that's it, we're out of here. And when they left, they really left. So let's check it out. Let's go. Well, here I am standing at the front of Patroni's guest house, an early Airbnb, for those who don't know what a guest house is. It was built in 1920, and in 1929 Dino Patronelli bought the business, and she set it up as I said, as a guest house. It had 16 rooms and each room was capable of holding 2 men. It was only for single men, this area, this guest house. Then, and on the weekends, she would serve food to anybody who came in, and they would have anything up to 70 people they fed. It's a lot of tucker. Patroni's guest house. Dina Patroni, her guest house. Okay, let me show you around the little rooms of the 16 rooms. Not sure about this room. Maybe it was just for a single lady. Maybe they broke all the rules, because I see it's a single bed. And a young lady all done up to the nines, had her own fireplace. Oh, must have been paying a bit. The guys would go to work in the mines, come home, grab a feed, go to sleep. Next morning, off to the mine. And so their life, all they wanted was somewhere dry, somewhere clean, and a bit of food as well. There's the stove. It's a double stove that they did all the cooking for the whole 70 men that would come for a meal on the weekends. Now though, those meals apparently were served in double shift, because it's hard enough getting 70 guys in this area, let alone feeding out that sort of amount of food. And here it is, the dining room. So what do we say, 70? I think it's looking a bit of a push. Table there, and the individual chairs here, but I think most of the time they would just would have been these, your basic pews or stool. And this was the party room. They would have a record player here or over in the corner, and they would be playing these records, mostly made by his master's voice, HMV. And they'd be hopping and a bopping. Basically what happened was the mine shut, and as soon as it shut, that was it. Everyone was out of work, and they just basically picked up the gear and headed off, I guess. All these bike frames, I'm pretty sure the guy wasn't a bike enthusiast. He didn't go on mountain biking on the weekend. He would have been so tired, he probably had to work on the weekend. My guess is that once the bikes played up and they were hard to fix, they would just strip all the other parts off it, the wheels and everything, and just leave the frame and put it on another one. This guy must have been doing pretty well. They even got the old Kalgoorlie. So what they would do is they would put either water up there and run it down the sides, and this would normally be Hessian, and as the wind would blow through it would keep all of the things inside nice and cool. Standing in front of Mazza's store. Building was built in 1910 and started off down the road in another little township, but by horse-drawn vehicles they pulled it all up here and reset it up. The final owner, which was Vic Mazzo and his wife, they ended up running it here. It was a general store and it had everything you can think of and some. The deliveries would come via train, and whether the train arrived at 6 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning, the Mazzos were there getting all the gear off and bringing it over here. People would import things from overseas, and again, it would arrive here at Mazzo's store. He sold pretty much everything, including petrol out the front. There used to be a Bowser here. This was the laundry. I'm assuming it was also a bathroom. I guarantee they would have had to pay extra for that. Big open fire here for the boiler to boil the water, and I guess here just to lay out the sheets and various bits and bobs. This is the smallest guest room. It's available for hire in Hoover House, and I must say it's still pretty good, quite luxurious. Got the fire, which I'm sure that won't be lit for the night. Big basic double bed, brass double bed, and free Wi-Fi. Who'd have thought? Good morning. Well, here I am in Hoover House in Gwalia. Apparently it's called, what's the pronunciation of it? Wining and dining, having brekkie. How is this? 1899, these gold ingots, there was 4 of them placed at this table, actual real gold. And just to prove that was 1 month's mining here at Gwalia. And also just to let you know that these, this is currently made of lead and bits and bobs, obviously not the real thing. Sure, they trust me. But because it's a replica, it weighs, I think, 12 kilogram. And if it was really gold, this size would weigh 23 kilogram. Fascinating. Here's a fun fact for you. I'm sure you would want to know about the kilograms and ounces and all that sort of business. Turns out this, if it was solid gold, which is around about 25 kilograms, which is around about 818 ounces, in Australian dollars would be worth just over $2,100,000. So it's probably why they didn't leave me a solid one. the real thing. 2 million. New Prado. Well, there you have it, a trip down memory lane, the opportunity to walk into a ghost town and see how they lived back in the 1800s. If you found this video helpful, useful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be great if you did. And until next time, this is Paul Will Drive signing off.